Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes. Usually that's how I start or I greet some of the children in my space. Now we are going to look at 3 parenting snippets. They are interconnected in one way or the other, but the underlying part is it's involving you as a parent, you as a guardian, and your child or children. Now, if there's something I've observed over time is that we have children, and in this case, we have not the toddlers, we have the school going and the preteen children. And in this case, I'm emphasizing on the girl child having heeled shoes. I'm not saying they are bad. I'm just saying as much as possible, allow your girl child to wear flat shoes. The heel shoes, the wedge shoes, whether they are there or not, yes, there are times when they need to be wearing them for the wedding, when they are becoming the flower girls or they are part of the bridal party. Or they also want to look like mom. That's okay. But as much as possible, allow your girl child to have flat shoes. Why am I saying or emphasizing flat shoes? They need to play. They need to run. They need to chase or run away when they are being chased when it comes to social play. The boy child is always in flat shoes unless they change and they now have the platforms like our parents, grandparents wore way back when. The boy child is almost always in flat shoes, if not barefoot or without the shoes, whether they have the socks or not. So what is happening is you have the girl child wearing shoes that are similar to us as the ladies, and they are heeled. And they're usually slippery. Like by the time it's a heel, a heel, by the time she's trying to run or whatever other game that she's trying to have, she may be at a disadvantage than the boy child or other girls who have flat shoes. There's a time and place for the heeled shoe, but as much as possible, let your girl child run with flat shoes because it helps with the heel development, foot development, balance, freedom when it comes to play, and there'll be a time and place for the heeled shoe. So yes, she may want to be with, or they may look nice, but if you can, get flat shoes for your baby girl, okay? Now, number 2, our parenting snippet for the day. Terms and conditions apply when it comes to how we navigate through town, or if we even get to the CBD, or if we are using personal or private means. Private or public means. So we are in families that the child is being picked or being driven from home to school and from school to home. When it comes to going to places of worship, they are going from home to place of worship and back. If they are traveling to whether it is their grandparents or there's a road trip, family trip, it is to and fro. Yes, Nairobi has its issues. Towns have its issues. But if there's one thing I have realized and observed and interacted with are the youth, the young adults, getting a little bit discombobulated or very confused and having mild panic attacks when they are forced to now navigate through town when they have to get to their public university or whatever institution or venue that they need to get to. So they want to go shopping, they want to go to school, they want to go to the place of worship. They need to travel without you as a caregiver, without you as a parent or the guardian. I'm not saying when they are younger right now, but we don't know how life goes. But right now, your child will not always be moving from town to town, from school to home, home to school, work to home, whatever context, without using public means. There's something called situational awareness. I believe I've done a video about this. I will link it up. But there's a skill, a lifelong skill. We do not always have to rely on the gadgets. So what happens when the child is in town, is in a place where their gadget is off or unfortunately has been stolen or whatever the case may have happened? So how does your child navigate through town? You can go on a Sunday. Yes, it can be anxiety producing to you as a parent, but children need that life skill. They will not always be transported. They will need to walk from point A to point B by themselves. So what are the pointers? What are the landmarks? What are these historical buildings? What are, if you ever get lost, if you need this, if you, by the way, you show them. Instead of just bringing everything home, how does your child know where to get certain things? So one way of equipping your child is, can you not use private means for their entire lifetime? Give them experiences where you are walking in town, you are navigating through certain areas, either in the neighborhood, without using vehicles. This came to mind when we were walking with some of my loved ones, and they said if we were using a car, we would have been here faster. So it's not that it was a bad thing. Yes, it made sense, we would have gotten there faster. But by the time you are getting them to their grandmother's place, and then they leave also, and they have not explored around, they have not walked by themselves, and especially even without you, like give them to the auntie, uncle, someone around them. Let them navigate life, like how do I get back home if mom and dad are not here? If I was ever in trouble or I felt I'm not safe, how do I get back? So situational awareness, navigating without the reliance of technology, is a lifelong skill. Then last but definitely not least, date your child. Bond with your child. If you have more than one child, you need to have dedicated time for each child without them having to beg for your attention or get your attention by either scooting the other person away, or in the case of teenagers, they may just decide, okay, so you have the toddler, you're not focusing on me, the toddler needs your help, or you're focusing on them. Then they become self-reliant, and they develop an entire personality or behavior patterns that you're not aware of, and you're like, when did this happen? So if you have more than one child, be specific with, can we go on a breakfast date? Can we go on a lunch date? Can we do something together? Me and you, not me, you and your brother. It's not me, you, father, mother. It is me and you. What would you like us to do? Reason being, your child needs to relate with you one-on-one and not always as a collective. So those are my parenting snippets for today. I'm hoping one or two or three made sense, and I'll see you on the next video soon. All the best, and kindly subscribe to this channel as we talk more about difficult and sensitive topics, and as well as more parenting tips. See you. Bye-bye.